Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Jen Hannigan's. Jen is Jen. I am Hannah. We are two best friends. Been WW weight loss, healthy living for over 3 going on 4 years now. You're gonna see kids in the background. I'm sitting in my car because it's a quiet place. I'm filming this very quickly, anticipating Jen coming at the door any minute to tell me we need to go walk because we got time. It is October. October is marathon in a month, if you did not know. So I'm trying to get to 150 miles this month. So walking all the time is a must. When I'm filming this, it is October 5th and I'm at over 20 miles. So far so good. This is a real quick video to talk about 3 things that were terrible habits that got me to my highest weight that I have also turned and used to help me lose weight. If you don't know, if you're new here, I was over 500 pounds. There is a video on this channel of my entire story, and I will update it at some point. But I was over 500 pounds. 500 pounds is the highest weight I was when I got on the scale. I did not get on the scale at my highest. There's Jen staring at me. Anyway, I did not get to 500 pounds easily. There was a lot of things that went into it. There is family history that went into it, and genetics, all those things, and habits. But there are 3 habits that really helped me get to my highest weight. One is I learned to cook from my father. My father learned to cook from his mother. His mother was always cooking for minimum of 6 people, but most of the time closer to 20 because of extended family and everything else. Dad never learned to cook for smaller portions. So growing up, Dad always cooked for 10 to 15 people. There was 3 people in our household, and we would eat almost all of it. There would be leftovers, which we would not then eat. Waste of food. It was terrible. So that's one habit, is when I started cooking, I didn't know how to cook for just 3 people or just myself or whatever it may be. Habit number 2, I always, 100% of the time, had something to drink, and it was always a Dr. Pepper. My drinking habits was 32-ounce Dr. Pepper with every single meal. 32 ounces drink during the meal, and then refill 32 ounces for after the meal. And then the rest of the day, I always had a bottle or a can of soda. 100% of the time, I was always drinking soda. So that's habit number 2. So cooking for more than was needed, and and portion control, and drink all the time. Always had a soda. And number 3, what was number 3? Obsessively thinking about food. Obsessively thinking about food. Whenever I was eating, I was thinking of the next meal I was going to eat, or the next snack, or the next craving, or I'm eating this cheeseburger right now, but man, a Blizzard would be really good, or oh, this Blizzard is great, but what I really want is a donut. It was always on my mind. It just was. And if I wasn't eating, I was thinking about the next thing I was going to eat, or I was mindlessly eating. But food was everything centered around food. My thoughts were always on food. That's just how it was. So those are 3 habits that really led to me gaining weight. And when I started this, I'm like, how am I going to lose weight when these are so ingrained in me? So I have used those 3 habits and tweaked them just a little bit, and now they assist me so much in my weight loss. So starting with number 3, and the obsessively thinking about food. I still think about food, not obsessively. It's not as bad as that, but I still think about food all the time. It now looks like meal planning at the beginning of the week. and it now looks like I'm going somewhere. So what do I need to eat before I go to make sure that I'm satisfied and good? Kids playing soccer. Um, so I still think about food a lot, but it's more in planning how to set myself up for success so I don't get surprised or out of hand. And in doing it that way, food does not control me like it did when I was obsessively thinking about food before and always thinking about food. It was the next sugar fix or the next whatever. It's not like that now. Now I think about food a lot, but it's in a pre-planning type of situation. And what foods am I really craving and how can I work that into my plan? So that's number 3. Number 2, always having something to drink. Stay hydrated, people. I always have something to drink. Always, always, always still have something to drink. Only now it's water. That's a change that took time. It did take time to transition from soda to water. If you can't go straight to water, take it in baby steps. I did sparkling waters like ice, 0-calorie sodas, then the soda substitutes, and now I just do these kinds of flavorings in my water sometimes. I'm almost done. Jen's ready to walk. So I still always have water, or have something to drink, but it's always water. All of the time. And then working back to habit number 1, which is not cooking for just a small amount of people. I still struggle with that. I still have a problem with that. So what I have done, because that has been the biggest struggle in my brain, is cooking for the correct portion control and then not letting that food go to waste. So what I do now is, like, we're gonna have meatloaf. I make mini meatloaf, but I use a big thing of meat to make that meatloaf. Well, I pre-mix the meatloaf and I put it into the muffin tins because that's what I use to make my mini meatloafs. And I will make enough for 3 meals for 3 people, and I freeze 2 of those meals. I make copper carrots. You see me do a video of that recently. I make a big batch of copper carrots because I don't know how to do it any other way, and then I plan for the leftovers of that. I do a lot right now of cooking big batch meals and then putting immediately before I even serve it. I serve up our servings and the rest of it goes into the freezer. So I'm prepared for future. I'm getting distracted and it's time to go for a walk. Those are ways that I have taken the 3 habits that most led to my weight gain and flip them around to make them work for me in weight loss. So if you are starting this and you're worried about those habits, find ways to make them work for you. If you don't think you can completely get rid of it, some of those habits, thinking about food is not a bad habit if you're thinking about it correctly. Always having something to drink is good if you're drinking the right things. So, that being said, like and subscribe. Comment down below. We're trying to be more regular. I say that every video. But we have some plans for upcoming videos, and we'll see you hopefully soon. She's about to open the door and tell me we got to go for a walk.